Yo, Voice in the Street Unfiltered, News and Talk 1380 WAOK. Xavier, Brandon on the MIC. We're here at Revolt Summit still, man. It's popping out here. We done seen a lot of different people, a lot of great content. And I'm here with somebody who influenced me a whole lot in my life. 116 General, okay, Reach Records veteran, long time in this game, man, legendary man, changing the culture, impacting. This is Lecrae. Y'all give it up for Lecrae. What's up, man? How you feeling?
All is well, man. Glad to be here. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing.
Dope. Man, you got a lot of good stuff going on right now. You know what I mean? Tell the people about what you got coming up.
Man, there's so much going on right now. We just released a web series called Protect the Bag. We partner with Experian, giving people cues on how to, be financially healthy. So I started a production company called 3 Strand with my partner. And, so that's out now. So make sure you go check out Protect the Bag. We need to give that financial health and literacy to our community. Outside of that, we just launched the first ever hip hop contest within the prison system.
Man, that's phenomenal.
Yeah. So Zaytoven, myself, and Morris Brown, all have been listening to the submissions from different prisons around the country, narrowing it down to one particular artist. That artist is getting the opportunity to record a song. We're gonna take the equipment in there and allow them to show their skills, because there's a lot of talent inside of that, inside of the system.
Dope. I've never heard anybody saying they're gonna be doing that, so that's phenomenal work that you're doing. Yo, I just saw you was here shutting down Maverick City. Okay. What was it like performing at State Farm Arena after all this time off the pandemic? Because I know you've done little performances here and there, but what was it like in that arena feel? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, the arena's dope, man. It's just, it was kind of like you've been doing it for so long, and then all of a sudden it's 2 years of not doing it. So it's like, oh, okay, we got to shake the dust off and get back out here and make it happen. Right. But it felt good, man, especially being in Atlanta. There's thousands of people in there enjoying it, being connected spiritually and mentally, emotionally. It was just a dope opportunity, man. So I'm excited, man. It made me want to get right back in the studio and get some music going.
Back. Speaking of, I know you cooking up some stuff, all right, always. First of all, 116, the summer playlist was popping. I definitely love the sample of Revolution.
Okay. It
was fire. What new music can we expect to win?
So, I've been cooking on Church Close 4 for a minute. So that's going to come. It's about halfway done. But before I can even put that out, I got to acknowledge the fact people ain't been in church in a while. So I got to talk about that. So I got a project called No Church in a While with my homie 1K Few.
Okay,
so,
come on, Few.
So it's a tape we putting out, matter of fact, next month. So, stay tuned.
Yeah. Just a couple more questions. One, how do you maintain the balance of your career and what you got going on, everything blowing up with the family and stuff like that? So I know you got some real good people around you like BJ and Show and Swoop and everybody that keeps you grounded. But how important is that, maintaining that balance when, you may be seen as popular in the world and stuff like that, but you still got to be father and, husband and stuff like that. What's that? How do you maintain that balance?
Man, it's not really a balance, it's a tension. You know what I'm saying? Balance is like an ideal that doesn't exist. You can't never really be balanced, right? I ain't gonna be balanced till I'm in heaven. You know what I'm saying? But a tension, you gotta have a healthy tension, which means you're wrestling constantly. And once you quit wrestling, then something's gonna fall. So you always gotta keep the tension healthy and making sure that, you're not dropping the balls, but you're wrestling consistently. You may get tired of waking up early and going to carpool, but you can't get tired. You gotta wrestle, and it's like, all right, so I'm spending too much time in the studio. I need to spend more time at the house, and make sure when I'm home, I'm home. All right, well, let's play some games. I can't just veg out. Let's watch something together. Just recently, my family and I, we sat up and we watched Colin in Black and White, Colin Kaepernick's new joint. Yeah. And it was an opportunity for us to have some dialogue, some conversation, and just to enjoy something as a family without me just checking out and watching it by myself on the road. Just thinking of stuff like that to be more intentional.
Dope. You've often been criticized by some of your faithful followers in the beginning, for switching up your methodology and your content. Now, personally, when you switch to church clothes, I appreciate it. Yeah. You going to the streets and you changing the mission field and the assignment. Yeah. However, you've been criticized and stuff by some of your faithful listeners since, Real Talk, maybe, or Rebel, or, after music stop. Yeah. So, what keeps you focused on maintaining the main thing versus appealing to like whatever everybody else is saying?
I mean, at the end of the day, man, you got to know what your vision is and what your call is. You know, what did God put you here to do? And that's what you got to do. And so, you know, I'm from the jungle, and so I can't just pretend like I'm from the greenhouse. You know, the greenhouse is beautiful, but I got to bring people from the jungle into the greenhouse. And in order to do that, I got to get back out there. Yeah. And so some people want me to stay in the greenhouse and say, no, stay here. This is where you need to be. It's like, yeah, y'all are family. But I got some folks out there who can't get in, and I'm trying to go out there and connect and build. And some of that is done by just loving people, being relational people, building and connecting, and being a light. You know, the light. You know, a small light is still a light in a dark room. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Yeah. All right, this is gonna be my last question. It's a personal question. So, one of my favorite songs, the most impactful songs that you made, to me personally, was Chase That off the Rehab Reloaded. See, I'm a fan. So, you know, I've been rocking, okay? And that, I feel like that's always been something that I've had to wrestle with and struggle with as well. You know what I mean? Of wanting the glory versus, you know, falling back and letting God, play in the background.
Right.
No pun intended. So what was your inspiration? What was you going through when you made that song? And like, do you still have to wrestle with chasing that even today? Or have you kind of like been like, I'm good on that? But at the time, that was what I was going through.
Nah, you know, humility is not a denial of your gifts or your abilities, right? Humility is not a lack of confidence. Confidence is great, but what humility does is it reminds you of where your gifts come from, and that you're not here just to have them all used for yourself. And you gotta pursue humility. So it's not something you wake up like, oh, I'm humble today. It's like something that you have to go chase down on a consistent basis, because you'll forget that you are not the source of everything that you got going on. Yeah. And that fight to need the credit all the time can be toxic. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you know your worth, you know your value, you know what you contributed, then what difference does it make if other people know it, if it's not in some kind of way benefiting them or you? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I think we just lack identity, and when my identity is getting a little skewed, when I'm starting to compare myself to other folks, it's like, all right, let me step back and realize what I'm here for. Because you can put your ladder up against the wall of success and get to the top and realize it was against the wrong wall the whole entire time. So for me, it's more about success is not what I do compared to you. Success is what I do compared to what God created me to do. And am I doing that? And if I'm doing that, I'm good.
Amen to that, man. Well, we appreciate you. Tell the people again how to check you out. You know what I mean? What you got coming up? We know Church Close is on the way. Yeah. You know what I mean? So how else can people get in contact with you and stuff?
Yeah, man. Again, I tell y'all, man, get online. Check out Protect the Bag on my YouTube channel. Follow me on YouTube. Also, all social media platforms, I'm there. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty active. And then stay tuned for new music. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. It's coming.
Bet. We in the streets with Lecrae, Voice in the Street Unfiltered, 1380 WAOK Revolt Summit, Xavier Brandon on the MIC. Let's go.
Respect.